Good morning, all. It is a bright, beautiful Monday morning. Um, yeah, it's supposed to be nice. Actually, it's supposed to be nice for the next few days, which I'm really looking forward to that. So I will give people just a little bit to get on here, be notified, all that kind of really cool stuff as I seep my tea. Speaking of tea, so I have this really great tasting lychee green tea that actually ends up being red, which is really cool. Um, I can't find it. Not that I can't rebuy it. Like I can go on Amazon and rebuy it. I can't find it in the house. I asked my wife. I personally looked. I asked my daughter. I asked my wife. Nobody knows where it is. And I did look for it. I looked for it, not like my kids look for things, just by like, oh, I don't see it. I mean, I actually picked up stuff, looked around stuff, moved stuff. So, oh, that's good. All right. Let's get into the thick of it. And I don't know why. I'm sorry if I'm going to do this to you. And it could be totally the wrong lyrics, but let's get into the thick of it. Totally reminded me of the Backyardigans. Not that I watched it, but my kids watch it. Even my daughter, who's 16 right now, still watches that damn shit. Anyway, and I just think, into the thick of it, into the thick of it. So I'm sorry if I got that stuck in your head now. Okay. That's really good. Now, when it comes to Star Trek, I watched no Star Trek this weekend. I know. I'm sorry. I got a little bit ahead and then I got a little bit behind. Now I'm really behind because if I look at the episodes, let's see, look at my calendar. So on Friday, we talked about me not watching all the way through the Omega Directive, but then so if we count one episode Friday, 3 episodes on Saturday, that makes 4. 2 episodes, so I'm 6 episodes behind. 6 episodes behind. Friday I mentioned birthdays. I noticed it back up here. Where's my calendar? That Paul Winfield, his birthday was Sunday. So Paul Winfield is deceased, but he is Captain Terrell from Star Trek 2. Also, I noticed, I can't remember which, I don't know if it was StarTrek.com or somebody had posted, but and I, to be honest, if I knew this information, I don't remember this information. Paul Winfield played, God, what was that? What was that race's name? Not racist, race's name. It was from the episode Darmok in The Next Generation. So, I can't remember. Anyway, he was the main alien that went down to the planet, brought Picard down, and was like, tried to teach Picard, the whole Darmok and Chalad, or Darmok and Chalad at Tanagra. That whole he was that actor. If I remember, if I knew that, I forgot it. And I know I probably talked about that. Well, no, I didn't do a lot of talking about that episode on the others. Yeah. So if I did, I didn't. Learn something new this weekend. And then didn't make it down to see Francis or Bobby down in Salem. I kind of wish I did, but I had so many things going on here. I didn't even watch Star Trek. Now, I will tell you, I finally watched Spider-Man 3. The three of them pointing at each other. I think Ashton said that they did that like 2 times in the movie. It was subtle, the whole pointing thing, but yeah. Maybe I should have seen it in the theaters. I don't know. I'm a Spider-Man. I like Spider-Man. Collected Spider-Man comics when I was younger. Even though Tom Holland makes a great Spider-Man, I kind of like Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man the most, and he got totally screwed on the third movie. But I thought it was really cool how they did bring the 3 together. Oh, by the way, if you haven't seen this yet, like, just watch it. I mean, we all know that there's, that they bring back the 3 for the movie. So there's really nothing. Yeah. Yeah. Overall, I was like, okay. It was a good Spider-Man movie. Wasn't great. It wasn't like, woo, best Spider-Man ever. No, it was, they got the 3 Spider-Men together, and I think that was fantastic. But yeah, I think it was, I think it was cool that Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man got to save whatever her name is, Zendala, or I don't know what the fuck her name is, whatever the current, Tom Holland's girlfriend's, whatever her name is, his MJ. Let's go there. So his MJ, that he saved her, which he didn't get to do with Gwen. I thought that was touching. That was actually kind of like that was really, to me, the only big surprise. I mean, I know the movie's been out for a while, so there's not a lot of surprises, but not a lot of detail. So I with all the bad guys that they brought back, I thought that was really cool. And I like the way that they did it. Jamie Foxx's Electro was amazing. But with, I think the one, so there were some nice touches, with some, what was it with, but yeah, with Andrew Garfield being able to save MJ, that was almost like proper closure for his trauma of not being able to save Gwen. And I think that was the only, oh my God, that was my, that is so cool moment, kind of geek, brought a tear to my eye, because I was like, that's amazing. I just thought that I thought that was well done. the minute that that Aunt May said, "With great power comes great responsibility," I fucking knew she was going to die. Like, I mean, I was like, "They're killing Aunt May? What the fuck?" So, yeah. Anyway, let's see. Big thing that I was talking about on Friday, I don't have confirmation of, so I cannot. I don't want to mention anything yet. Don't want to, I'm not superstitious, but I don't want to jinx myself. But I did spend quite a bit of time in the evening over the weekend and Saturday morning because I am open now on Saturday mornings, and I gotta post that shit. What was I gonna say? Anyway, so I had updated my website. I wasn't happy with some of the design elements. So I did a complete, at least I didn't change the whole theme of the site. I just changed the main page. So I think it's a little bit cleaner. Yeah, I like the update. So, and then I had to add some pages. So one of the things that I'm doing that I can talk about is I've been thinking about this for a while, but I wasn't sure exactly how to do it and how to come up with it. So if you, so like for this, okay, for the summer, and I did this a long time ago, is if you wanted to train for just the summer, then it was like $99. And that's back when I wasn't charging very much. In fact, $99 was pretty cheap for what I was charging. So, so what I did is I came up with an idea for training for just the summer. So I'm offering that for summer training. Summer is roughly 10 weeks long. Evergreen School District has the last day of school on the 17th, I think. Yeah, Friday the 17th. And then everyone goes back to school on like August 30th, which is like a Wednesday or something. I can't remember exactly what day it is. So what I did is between those days, between the 19th, which is a Sunday, and the August 27th, so June 19th through August 27th is 10 weeks from Sunday to Saturday. I'm going to be gone for about a week, so that really brings it down to 9 weeks of training. But trying to come up with a cost, I figure, okay, and this isn't like this wouldn't be a monthly thing. This would be, you are what is it? You're just buying upfront 10 weeks of training, come as much as you want, that kind of stuff. But you have to pick a program. So modular or Kempo, I don't care. For $300. Now, based on what I charge for tuition, that roughly equals to about $20 a class, or a $20 mat fee, essentially. So like usually like for like Rory's stuff, I do a $20 mat fee, which that's coming up on Saturday. So anyway, so I based it off of that. So $20 mat fee, and times 10 weeks, you've got two classes a week, 40 classes, that's $400. Okay. Now I'm going to be gone for a week, potentially. And so for that, I've got, what was it? I don't know. That brings it down to 9 weeks. Still, so that's basically $400. Take 2 days out of that, that's $360. So I figured if you buy it all up front, it's just $300, because who's really going to show up every single day, or for 2 classes a week during the summer? Probably not a lot of people. Now, if they do, they do. It is what it is. But I figured $300, great deal. So I put that together, and then updated the website. I need to. I did download one really cool plugin for the membership program that I use, and I'm able to actually set an expiration date. So I can say on this day is when it ends. And I downloaded another one. I haven't installed it yet. I want to see how it might work, but basically setting a what is it? Setting up a you can do like a delayed start. So like if I was going to do a program that started on a certain day, I could get people to sign up early, get them committed, and then it would all start charging on that same day. So they wouldn't be paying for time that they wouldn't be paying. So I thought that's a kind of a cool thing. I got to look more into that, exactly how that works. So, let's see. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, Bobby, Francis, if you guys watch this at all. Jason, I'm sure it was a great time, great information. Wish I would have been able to make it down there, but unfortunately I didn't. I got a training lab coming up, Rory's training lab coming up on the 28th, Saturday from 10 until 2. We only ran like 3 hours last time. So I don't know exactly how long it'll run this time. Not exactly sure who is showing up. I know it'll be me, Rory, and this gal, Amy from Idaho. I'm hoping, what is it? Her name, Peyton and her husband. Can't remember his last name or first name. Can't remember off the top of the head. Anyway, so Peyton will probably be coming. I know that she was trying to promote it and get people. I'm really started. We're 2 weeks out, less than 2 weeks out from Friends in the Arts Experience. If you're going to register, please register. I'm not freaking out or anything. I mean, I am kind of in the back of my head. I mean, but I don't see a lot of people showing up. But that's kind of in my head. So let's talk about the stresses of a promoter. So I've promoted several different seminars over the years. And you know what? Let's go all the way back to 2001. Okay. So in 2000, I go out to Jacksonville, Florida. Okay. And that is just before, Jacksonville, Florida. First time I'd been out there, met Jack Hogan for real. Saw George. It'd been a while since I'd seen him, but anyway, so had a great time, came back, kind of re-energized my love for martial arts. And I had already, and in fact, after playing sticks with Remy it had been a long time since I'd done that. I was like, I got to find a stick instructor. So I do that, but we're talking about seminar promotions. So I get talking to George, and I'm like, hey, you should, you should come out here. Now, after that visit, I became a Dillman affiliate school, and but I was a junior. It was Scott Rohr, who was he was the first one out here, and then there was me, and Scott and I had split off years earlier. So he's my senior, in not just by rank, but also by status of, being a member of Dillman. So if George is going to come out, it was on Scott, and Scott didn't bring him out a lot. So we did, what was it? So I was talking to Jack Hogan about coming out, and hey, why don't you come out? I'll host you, and this is where we can do it, all this kind of stuff. And Jack was like, absolutely, no problem. So, what was it? I can't remember. Can't remember exactly what it was, but it ended up getting canceled. Jack, I hadn't bought the plane tickets. In fact, Jack was just like, just have me out. I'll just fly out. Whatever money we make, we make. And I was promoting the shit out of this. So then Jack calls, I don't know, maybe a month before the seminar was supposed to happen, and says, hey, I can't do it. And tells me about his, he's got a bad heart and he can't fly. His doctors don't want to do this, to do that. This is probably early 2001. And I was like, yeah, no problem. Come to find out, George stepped in the way of that. George basically was like, he can't host anybody. If anybody's going to host anybody, it's going to be the senior rep out there. And that was Scott. So, and I, I'm not a politics guy, but I get it. I totally get it. I wish the Jack had been a little bit more upfront with me, but hey, it is what it is. No hard feelings. So that was my first experience on trying to start to promote. I wanted to make a name for myself. Essentially, that's what it was. It was, I didn't want to, trying to be, I wanted to be an instructor out here, and it was trying to get my name out there, all that kind of stuff. Because I didn't have a school per se. I mean, I was teaching out of my garage, and I was banging sticks with a group in Portland. And actually, I was living in Portland at the time, so it's kind of the same. But anyway, let's fast forward. I don't know how many years. I'd been talking on and on. Well, actually, we can fast forward to 2005. I go out to Connecticut to see George, and he hadn't been out here for a while. So I'm just like, look, I sat him down. And I was like, look, I know Scott's the senior rep, but you haven't been out here for a while. And, dude, if George teaches, people will come. That was kind of, we were still in that era. Even though there was still controversy, there was still that era. George arrives, people will come. And he's like, no, I'm talking to Scott. Okay. The next year I go out to Connecticut. I go out to Connecticut again, and for another seminar that he had out there. And again, we had the same conversation. No, Scott and I'm going to be out there, in whatever. I was like, okay. And I was like, George, look, I know I'm junior. Just remember, if Scott can't do it, I will make it happen. Nothing. Okay. So, and over the years, I'd been in kind of communication with Mark. I had wanted to go out to New Jersey to a Dillman seminar, and he's like, "Yeah, dude, I'll pick you up at the airport." So, but nothing ever happened of it. And so he and I bought a couple of his DVDs. We started chatting back and forth, and so finally he's just like, "When are you going to have me out?" And I'm like, look, I can't afford you. Like I've got a small handful of students. I don't have a real school, but I don't know. So he's like, "Look," this is over 10 years ago. I think this is over 10 years ago. So, so I said, so I told him, I was like, "Look, I can't afford it." And he says, "Don't worry about it. Just pay my plane ticket. We'll come out." And I've had one person sitting up here, as Brandon calls it, the eye in the sky. "Who are you? Let me know. Say hi if you can." Anyway, so I have him out, and it was actually not a bad seminar. It was kind of like a Friday night, all day Saturday thing. And so, had a bunch of different people out. It was actually very, very, it was great. Had it at Dan Anderson's because needed a place of comfort, place that I was comfortable with having, and somebody that I could pay over time if I could not afford to pay him back for his mat space. So, Greg, how you doing, man? I do this every morning. I don't know if you watch. Not every morning. Take the weekends off. But anyway, so hey, are you coming to my party? I think you've been invited on both ends, the seminar and the actual birthday. So, are you coming? I want to see you. And if not, we can get together. It's not like I got an actual job. We can get together for coffee at some point. Okay. Where's my story? So I hosted client out here a couple times, and then I was talking with Dan Anderson, and he had made a comment. I had made a comment of I'd always kind of wanted to do like one of those like a big three, and you like bringing Mark out. He's the Q show guy. Dan Anderson, he's a local modernist guy, and then Stan Miller, he's the he's the local small circle guy. So, and I don't know if it was Dan or if it was me, but basically the idea of calling it the next three. So kind of playing off that big three, got the next three. So so we did that for a couple of years. First year was pretty good. Second year was kind of dwindled, and next year kind of dwindled. So then we stopped. So it's like the first year kind of is really good, and then it just kind of dwindles off from that. And it's not that I haven't like emailed or promoted it. I will say this: Facebook, promoting shit on Facebook doesn't really work. I mean, I've seen for the amount of money that I've put into advertising on Facebook, posting or just doesn't work. I mean, I'll boost events just to get it out there to other people, but I might as well just save my money. It is what it is. So, but here's the thing: is that when it comes to the next three, when it comes to having client out, I've made some good friends. Uriel and Joanne, they had a school out in Hillsboro. Joanne since left and started doing her own thing, or I don't know, that's her story to tell. But Uriel, he had the school all the way up. He and I haven't really talked about it, but his school did not survive COVID. He is now working law enforcement, which I think is fantastic. He's another one that, anyway, so I made good friends that way. And I think that was because I actually sent out physical flyers. Like, that wasn't a social media thing. But I met them through the next three. We used their school to host Klein. And I actually had Mark out here a couple times a thing. But whether I was paying for his plane ticket, food, Mark actually ended up starting to stay here at the house just so, just to, save us money overall. But I never turned a profit ever. I always lost money bringing Klein out, doing the next three stuff. The only times I've ever made any money is with Bram. Now, and I started doing Bram's birthday bashes. This will actually be the fifth year, because we did 65 was the first year that I did it. And it was such a great year that I think what was his 66th was thin. We had like a small group of people, but it's just gotten bigger and bigger and bigger after that. So it's been great. And so we make a good profit for Bram there. Now, the whole point to this long ass story is, it's the stress of promotion. Like, and Danny and I were talking about that yesterday. He called me in the morning to tell me some ideas he had for his birthday bash coming up in November, which is, before I forget, it's November 4th, I think. But we'll get to that. So anyway, there's this stress that goes on where it's like, is anybody going to come? Like, if people don't pre-register, you're stressing. Jim Korn and I have had long conversations about it, because, he holds 2 camps a year, and, he's trying to get great instructors out there. Can't promise to pay anybody because he doesn't know who's going to show up. And of course, the top billing people get the money, get paid before the lower billing people. And I've had, it's just been an awesome time. But talking with Jim, it's the same thing. It's like, you don't know how many people are going to show up, if people are going to show up. So I had this wild hair up my ass that I'm like, I'm turning 50. I'm going to do a seminar. And I wasn't really going to promote it as a birthday seminar. I mean, I think, well, I don't want to seem like I'm, I've got a big ego or narcissistic that I have to throw myself a birthday party. But man, I'm turning fucking 50 years old. Like, that's got to say something. Like, I'm going to make sure my ass has a party, but I wanted to do it my way. I wanted to have a seminar, and I wasn't going to promote the seminar as a birthday seminar, but I mean, I don't know how long ago I let it out of the bag, but it is my birthday party, my way. So the friends that I called were like, hey, I can't promise you any money. I don't know if anyone's going to ever show up, but if it's, and I kind of preface it the same way. If nobody shows up, it'll be the instructors teaching the instructors. And these are the caliber of people that I'm having. All of them were like, we don't care who shows up. We're just going to have a good fucking time. And Like, that's awesome. Like that's the caliber of people. Even some of the people that wanted to do it but couldn't because of schedule or whatever, they were like, I'd love to do it. Yeah. So now here's the thing. Here's some things I don't need to stress about. I don't need to stress about the location because, well, it's my location. I don't have to stress really about paying anybody because I already prefaced it. I don't know if I will be able to pay you at all. So I haven't promised anybody any money. But so I don't have to stress about that. I do stress about, I don't want people to come teach and be like, well, this was a waste of my time. But again, the caliber of people that I'm having, I know they don't care. They're just going to show. I mean, like my buddy Rob, he's coming from fucking Florida. Are you kidding me? Like he's flying from Florida for this. I'm so appreciative. He is, I couldn't say any. Well, the only negative thing I can say about Rob is he fucking smokes. That's the only thing. But besides that, Rob is that brother I never had. Like Rob and I have so many things in common. It is insane. But he's just good people, a huge supporter of me. I'm a huge supporter of him. We both are like sci-fi geeks, but he's flying in from Florida for this. Going to teach. Going to hang out. We're going to watch some Star Trek, probably some Star Wars. Probably do a podcast. I don't know. But actually, you know what? Probably on Friday the 3rd, whoever is here will probably just set up the cam and just chat for I don't know how long. Anyway, so those are the things that I'm stressing about, but I'm not stressing about the spot. I'm not, if I think I can say the things I'm stressing about and then come up with other shit I'm stressing about. I just want people to have a good time. That's all. Because I want people to come back. And this is not about making money at all. This is about, I want people to learn and have a good time. And that's pretty much it. Let's see. So, but like with Bram, I've got, okay. So here's another thing. When it comes to promoting, I mean, COVID isn't over, but it's over. I mean, so seminars are happening again. In-person seminars are happening. People don't have to worry about wearing masks. If they want to, they can. I don't, but we're starting to get back to normal, so to speak. So everything's happening. I originally didn't want to have like a seminar every single month because I don't want people to get tired out of, oh, I just spent all this money. I just spent all this money here. Now I want to go here and I want to spend this money. But it is what it is. So it's trying to coordinate having people out and doing different seminars. So my birthday, this upcoming seminar will be on the 4th. Bram will be on the 15th of July. So having anything in August, I don't think I'll do anything in August. I was thinking about doing like a special, like little Batleth class, but I might wait until, I don't know. I don't know when I'll do that. Maybe I might do that in August, but it'll just be just a class. Just, we'll learn a form and you walk away with a Batleth, I think that would be kind of fun. But in September, So I'm thinking about, what do I do in September? I've been talking with, here's the thing. It's also the cost of flying. Jim Korn, I'd love to have Jim Korn out. I'd love to have Mark back out. I'd actually like to have both of them out. That would be phenomenal. Do like an all-day thing, like have Jim and it. That would be fantastic. But anyway, so I will probably do something in September, but I haven't figured out what that is yet. But I know at the end of September is Jim Korn's camp. He has another camp in Indiana, and then that second week in October is that second weekend in October. There is a seminar in Jacksonville that I'll be going to that. So all these things. So I don't know. Next seminar here might be in September, it might be in October. But it is all about planning, getting the information out there, and having the students, so you're not really worried about outside people coming in, because that's the one that's one of the things. Not having a big student base, that can be stressful, because if with a big student base, you can rely on maybe 25% of your students coming, maybe 25%. And where I got that percentage, I don't know. It's a percentage I heard somewhere. Whether it's verifiable or not a clue. But say 25% show up. Well, that's what? Just a few students. It's just a hair full of students for me. So it's one of those where, yeah, it's just a hair. So that's not going to pay. It's not going to pay for a flight, that kind of stuff. So it's one of those that, that worrying about other people coming in, that's kind of where I worry about it. But I figure as my student base gets bigger, I will probably, I'll probably have not necessarily more seminars, but I don't know. It's just one of those things. I have thought, let's see, because I don't want to nickel and dime people. That's kind of the thing. I don't want to nickel and dime people. So but I also give a discount to my students. That's the other thing. But yeah, not having a seminar every month. I might because I want to do regular seminars, but I want to do, and even have regular visitors to the school. But I haven't figured out exactly, so if we say mine is in June and Bram's is in February or July, then we have those two. We could have one towards the beginning of the year and one towards the end of the year. So I don't know. I'm starting to babble. My brain is getting soft. Thank you for tuning in, Greg. I'm going to message you. We got to get together. So stuff coming up, training lab on Saturday, the 28th, starting at 10. Be there a little bit early. There is a $20 mat fee. My birthday camp coming up. Birthday camp. Is it really a camp? It's only a one-day thing. I think when it goes to 2 days, I'll start using the term camp. But anyway, so Friends of the Yard experience coming up on the 4th. So just shy of 2 weeks away. That is $100 to get in, unless, of course, you're one of my students, and then you get a discount. Let's see, we have, after that, we have Bram's thing on the 21st, on the 15th, 16th, 17th. It's that Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then, let's see, let me go. Actually, on my new page, on the front page, actually has upcoming events. So let's see, we're going to be doing a Father's Day weapons self-defense workshop on the 18th. And then on the 19th, I get to go meet Bill Shatner. I'm super freaking excited about that. On the 24th, we're going to be doing a movie night. That's a Friday. So that'll be that. Bram's birthday bash. And then regular self-defense class. These are all stuff happening outside of my regular Kempo and modular classes. And then on August 6th, we're going to be doing a crimp user certification course at 1. So it'll be go from 1 to 5. All right. So I think there's everything. If you've hung out this long and you still have not subscribed, shared, liked, I appreciate the heart, Greg. And yeah, do so now. If you want to know when I go live, I know on YouTube you do the little dingy, little ringy dingy thing. Not sure how you do the notifications for Facebook. I turned off all my notifications for Facebook just because I spend too much time. Let's just say this: I was surfing TikTok for hours last night. I could not fall asleep. So, all right. I guess that's it. So y'all have a good day, and I will see you bright and early tomorrow morning. Maybe we might talk some Star Trek. Oh, and we didn't talk. I got to make myself a list. All right. See y'all later. Peace out.